Hi, it's me again, and for a while I haven't done one of the letters, have I? That TV licensing like to send out to you good people to scare you into paying for something that you might not need. And they're one of my favourite videos to make. I like going through the letters, so I think you pretty much guessed where this is going. I've got a new letter. Let's have a look. Final notification! A visit has been authorised from June 2022. Yeah, nice to see they've stopped doing stupid, scary headlines in their... Oh, no, that's wrong, isn't it? So let's break this down, because you may have received this letter or a very similar letter, and you might think, oh, blimey, my final notification, a visit is authorised, I am in trouble here. So I'm going to break it down for you, let you know what it's all about, and I promise you, you're not in trouble. You're just not. If you've got a different letter to this one, I've also got a playlist of the letters down in the description, or hit the channel thing, go find them. I've pretty much done all the letters. So if you've got one of the letters, do that. But let's crack on with this one, shall we? Because it does make me laugh. Look at the top right-hand corner. Unlicensed property! In red letters. Good old TV licensing, eh? So a visit has been authorised from June 2022. As you have not replied to our letters, a visit has been scheduled to your property. Now, if you can hear a bit of banging in the background, I do apologise. They're doing a bit of DIY next door, and this is the only time I had to make my videos this week, so I had to do it. But let's break this down a little bit from where we are now. So it says unlicensed property, final notification. It's important to remember that you don't have to have a television licence. You can own all the TVs you want. You can watch about 90% of the stuff you'd watch anyway without having a TV licence. You only need that licence if you watch or record anything as it's being broadcast or use BBC iPlayer. If you do either of those things, you do require one. If, like me, you don't do either of those things, you do not require a licence. You can still watch all the stuff on ITV, on catch-up, on ITV Hub. Same for All 4, same for Demand 5. You can use Now TV, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus. It goes on and on and on. You just can't use iPlayer or watch anything as it's being broadcast. That's it. So what are they trying to scare you? You know, you don't have to tell them you don't require a licence. You can just stop paying, as this person did. Unlicensed property, final notification. How is that okay? They don't require a television licence. You can't send them letters like this. It's not okay, TV licensing. And the rest of it's not okay either. Let's read on. Here's what to expect during the investigation. Officers may visit morning to evening, Monday to Sunday. They will be polite and courteous at all times. We'll come back to that. You could be prosecuted if they find out you have been watching and recording programs that have been shown on live TV or any online TV service, or downloading or watching stuff on iPlayer. Pretty much what I said, right? So let's do those first couple of bits while they're still fresh in our mind, right? So officers may visit morning to evening, Monday. Yeah, they can visit whenever they want. They work funny hours, they earn commission, right? They will be polite and courteous at all times. Yeah, unless you've seen that one that tells people to F off, that is. You could be prosecuted if they find you have been watching stuff as it's been shown or using iPlayer. Pretty much what I just said. So basically what they're doing is they're going to come to your house and intimidate you. They're going to dress up like there's something important, like maybe a copper, maybe a bailiff. They're going to carry important stuff and they're going to have an ID card. And they're going to try and intimidate you. And then they're going to try and get you to admit you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. These people earn commission. They're very good at it. They twist your words around. But if you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing, you've got nothing to worry about. But just because you've got nothing to worry about doesn't mean you should talk to them. No good, I promise you, no good will come from talking to them. You can just close the door in their face, and that's the best way to deal with them. They're going to ask you to sign something. Even if you say, no, I'm not interested, they may ask you to sign something. Do not sign that. Do not sign that, because they can fill the rest in, and then you're bang in trouble. Don't talk to them. Don't sign anything. Now, if you think I'm just being, giving you false advice and trying to get you into trouble, go and look at the TV licensing website where it says about the powers that their enforcement officers, or goons, or door-to-door salesmen, as I like to call them, it tells you about the powers they have. And it says they have no powers. They're not police. They're not bailiffs. They are door-to-door salesmen. And the best way to deal with an unwanted door-to-door salesman, close the door in their face. And if you still don't believe me that this is something you can do without getting into trouble, have a look at my channel. There's a whole playlist called Goon Visits, where it's just people closing doors in their faces and they toddle off because they want to go and earn their commission. They're not going to get any commission off you today. They need to go find some easier prey, don't they? It's the best way to deal with them, I promise you. I promise you. And if you still don't believe me after all of that, go and look at TV Resistance forum. Just type in TV License Resistance Forum into Google, find them, and look at them on there. Those guys know everything there is to know, way more than I'll ever know about TV licensing. And that is the advice they will give you. Or just look in the comments below, because everyone's going to give you the same advice down there as well. If they find evidence, you may be interviewed under caution in accordance with national criminal law. Officers may apply to the court for a warrant if they're unable to gain access to the property. That's an important bit. If the visit leads to prosecution, you risk a fine of up to £1,000 plus anything, blah, blah, blah. So the main header of this is, here's what to expect during the investigation. The only investigation they can do is knocking on your door and asking you. If you don't talk to them, there is no investigation. They don't have the right to enter your property. So that line there really ags me out. Officers may apply to the court for a search warrant if they're unable to gain access to your property. You don't have to let these people in. They're door-to-door salesmen. I wouldn't let a stranger in my house carrying an ID card or not. I don't know what's a real ID card and what's a fake ID card. I don't know. So no one's coming in my house unless I know them. So how are they going to do their investigation? You haven't talked to them, you've not let them in. Now, to go and get a search warrant, they can't just rock up and say, I want a search warrant. They have to be able to have reasonable, justification for it, that you may be doing something wrong. You not talking to them and you closing the door in their face is not reasonable justification. They will not get a warrant. And the warrants for entry are getting rarer and rarer and rarer. Doesn't happen often anymore. It really doesn't. Because they have to have something to back up getting it. So honestly, don't worry about the warrants. They can't just turn up randomly with one. They need evidence to support it. And sorry there if there was a weird jump cut. Bloody battery died in my camera, didn't it? Right, what else does it say on here? Let's have a look. The reason we are giving you prior warning of a visit is to give you one last chance to buy a TV licence. Because if you buy a TV licence right now, it saves us the effort of sending someone round and ruining his morale that day by getting a door slammed in his face. If you don't require a television licence, they shouldn't be sending you this stuff and scaring you like this and giving you the hard sell. It is demanding money with menaces, isn't it? It's pay us or we'll send the boys round. That's what this letter says. They should just put that. Just put that. Because it's the same. And then down the side, where are we? Licence expiry date, who cares, it was March. Unpaid renewal fee, visit scheduled. Please ask for identification. No, please close the door in their face. Honestly, do not be scared of these letters. They're empty threats. They're giving you the hard sell. They want you to pay for something that you may not need. And it's just so wrong. They really wind me up. The letters are one of the worst things about it. I choose not to pay for the TV licence because I honestly don't require one. I'm not doing anything wrong, but you can still send letters like this to good people who are doing nothing wrong. And that's okay. We live in a world where that's okay. And if you could possibly get a knock on your door by a man who thinks he's important, thinks he has some powers over you, when he's just a low-level door-to-door salesman fishing for a 20 quid commission. But he can have, you give a little man a little bit of power and he thinks he's a big man. That's who these people are. And I'm not scared by them, and I don't want anybody to be scared by them. I don't want them earning any commission at all. Go and get another job, because the job you do, it's not helping anybody. Do you feel happy scaring people when you knock on their door to get your commission? Does that make you feel happy when you go home? Please consider getting another job. There's loads of work about them in it. Go find some. Do something better with your life, and you'll be happier. Do it. So as I said before, if you want to see any more of the letters, I think I've pretty much covered every single one of them. There's a playlist below or on the channel. Hit the main thing and you'll find it. TV licence letters. I've covered pretty much all of them. So whatever letters you've got, if you're worried about them, you will find them in there, I'm sure. If you can't find them in there and you've got letters you think I haven't seen, do send them to me. There's a link below as well, how to send me your letters. I appreciate it because then I can talk about them and help other people who may also have got the letter. And don't forget to let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Remember, there's going to be people watching this video that have genuinely received this letter and are worried and may not fully believe what I've told them. So let them know below not to talk to them if you believe that. Tell them that I'm right, not to talk to them, to not worry about these letters, just to ignore them is the best way to do it. Help reassure as many people as possible, because that's how we educate people. The BBC should be telling people that they don't have to pay for a TV license if they don't watch or record anything that's been shown or use iPlayer. And then they need to stop sending these letters and stop sending people to the houses to demand money with menaces. It's a subscription service that you've chosen not to subscribe to. It's not okay, is it? It's not okay. So anyway, I shall stop it there. But as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because if you do that, hopefully I'll get to see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da.